everyone, this is Swati. Welcome to Pabbly. Now in this video we are going to see how to send a message to Slack about a new abandoned checkout in Shopify. And before we start this, let me tell you what is Shopify and Slack. Shopify is an e-commerce platform where you can sell, shop and process payments, while Slack is an instant social messaging platform where you can send channel messages to your team members, etc. Now the thing is, let me start with giving an example. So suppose I am processing a payment. I have to buy an air conditioner and I'm processing a payment, but when I went to the checkout page, somehow I changed my mind and I stopped it then and there and I closed the window. Now that is an abandoned cart, right? So every time a person has not made the payment successfully, so a message has to be sent to the team members on Slack. And if we have to do this manually, so isn't that time consuming and also hectic, because you will have to take details and individually you will have to send to your team members. Now if I tell you that automatically you can do this can be automated, which means that these two applications can be integrated in such a way that every time there is an abandoned cart, automatically a channel message will be sent to your team members. Interesting, isn't it? Now, how do we do this? We are going to do this with our Pabbly Connect software, which is an integration and automation software. And here you do not need any coding skills. And exactly how do we have to do this? I'm going to tell you step by step. Let me take you to my screen. So now let's begin with the step-by-step process. First, we are going to type our URL, which is pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, it will take us to the landing page of Pabbly Connect software. Now here you have got two options. If you already are a user, you can simply sign in, and if you are a new user, then you can sign up here for free, and trust me, it will not take more than 2 minutes. And here I'm going to click on sign in as I'm already a user here. Now which application are we using to integrate the two applications? We are using Pabbly Connect, so we'll click on access now. As we do that, it will direct us to the dashboard. Now here on the right hand side, you can see create workflow. So let's click on this tab and a dialog box appears which is asking us to name our workflow. The two applications that we are integrating are Shopify and Slack. So I'm going to name my workflow as Shopify to Slack. Let's click on create again. Now this has taken us to a new window where we can see two events. So here you can see trigger, which is saying when this happens, an action which says that do this. Basically, trigger and actions are two principles on which the entire automation works. So here we have to choose our first application. The first application has to be Shopify. Let's click here. And now we have to select the trigger event. Trigger event means basically when this happens. So what would happen here? So there has to be a new abandoned cart checkout. Now what is a new abandoned cart checkout? Which means like if suppose I'm going to buy something and when I was there at the checkout page, for some reason I did not continue. And as I close the window, this will be an abandoned cart. So here I'll click on connect. And now we have to add a new connection. Now you can see here that it is asking me for a private app password and subdomain. So for this app, if you will read this, we have to go to our Shopify page and log in there. So I have already logged in. So I'm going to go here, and now on the left hand corner, you can see here at the bottom settings. Let's click on settings. Then we'll go to apps and sales channels. As we click here you can see develop apps. Here, let's click on develop apps. And the next thing that you have to do is we have to create an app. So let's click on create an app. Now it is asking us to name our app. So let's name it as abandoned cart app. Now I'm creating this app. I have named it and the app developer is Pabbly Connect. And now I'm going to click on create app. Now as I do this, here you can see that this particular window has overview, configuration, API credentials and app settings. Now we are supposed to click on configure admin API scopes because we have to retrieve and sync store data with the admin API. So let's click here And as we do that, now here it is asking us to give access to all the scopes like view store metrics, read analytics, assign fulfillment orders. Then we have customers, view or manage customers, customer addresses, order history and order groups. So since here we have to deal with our customers and their order history, etc. So I'm going to click on write customers and read customers. Now this is required so that we can send the data and collect the data. Now as we go down here, we have discounts. So of course we have to check this as well. So let's check on these boxes and this will help us to send the discount coupons. Now as we go down, here you can see the price rules. Of course we have to check the price rules as well, and the products, view or manage products, variants and collections. So we'll click on this as well. So these are the scopes that we had to select for Shopify app. And now as we go down, here you can see the event version, webhook subscription. So we have to select on the latest one and then we will just click on save. So the configuration is saved here. Now we'll go up and here you can find API credentials. Let's click on API credentials. And now for the access token, we have to install the app. So let's click on install app. And as we click on install, so it will directly show us the token. So this is the token that we require. So we'll click on reveal token once. We are going to copy this and we'll go back to our Pabbly Connect page. Here you can see the private app password. This is the same token. Let's paste this. Now we have to enter the subdomain. Now if you can see the example, so accordingly this let's go to our Shopify page. Now we have to select this particular part, copy this, and as we go to Pabbly Connect and paste it here, now you can see only the XYZ part has to be taken, which means that from this entire address we have to only select Pabbly. And as we do that, we'll click on save. Now here you can see that we are connected with Shopify. And now here we are going to do a demo abandoned cart process. Now here this means that I'm going to go back to my Shopify store and I'm going to make a payment and I'm going to stop halfway. So I'm going to abandon my cart. So I'm going to go to online store and as I go there, so it will direct me to view your store. So here I'm going to click on catalog and what shall we buy today? So let's buy this air conditioner which is really cheap, only for 25,000. So I'll click on buy it now. Now this has taken me to the checkout page. So let's fill in some details here. So let's fill in some details here. Here I have filled demo at pabbly.com. And now let's say the name is dummy, last name is demo, company is Pabbly, address let's say is Kola Road, and random apartments, a random city. Let's select the state as Madhya Pradesh, pin code is 462042, and then a random number and continue to shipping. Let's click on continue to payment. Now I have to fill in the card details. So let's say the card number is 1. The card holder's name is Bogus Gateway. And expiration date is this. And the security code. Now instead of clicking on pay now, for some random reason, I do not want to continue the payment. And what I did was I just cancelled and closed the window. Okay. Now I'll go back to my Pabbly Connect window and here I'll check if it has received the response. So when I click on save and send test request, so here you can see that dummy demo is the first name, then the last name, and then what have I bought. So I have all my address details are here, and if I'll go up, if I'll scroll up here, again you can check the email ID. And what did I buy? So I bought an AC for 25,000 rupees and the details are here. So basically we have received all the details. And what does this mean? This means that the integration is successful between Shopify and Pabbly Connect. So every time there's an abandoned cart payment, so Pabbly Connect is going to take all the details from there. Now let's begin with the second step of integration, and here I'm going to choose my app as Slack and we'll click here. So now it is asking about the action event. The action event is to send a channel message, right? We have to send a channel message to the team. So we'll here again click on connect. Now add new connection. Since I've already logged in, then we have to click on connect with Slack. Now here it's asking about the token type. So we'll write user and then we'll click on save. Now as we do this, so let's authorize this, allow, and the authorization is successful. Done, it has been connected. Now you can see here that it's asking for the channel. So basically, if you will go to Slack, here you can see channels, different channels. So I've already created a channel. The name of the channel is Abundant Payments on Shopify. You can easily create these channels by going to add channels, and then you have to name your channel and add your team members. I have already added a few people here. Now I'm going to go back to Pabbly Connect. Here I'm going to add the channel as Abundant Payments on Shopify. Now I have to write a message that I wish to send to my team. So here I'm going to write it as, hello team, we have received the following leads of abandoned payments from Shopify. Details are, now the first thing, let's say I need to give the name. So first I'm writing here name, and then I'm mapping the data. Here I'll just write name. So yes, here the address name, because I want the complete name here. Next is I need the contact number. So when I say contact number, I'll again map my data and I'll go down here. Yes. Here you can see customer phone. So I'll click here. Let's make this small. Next is email address. So I need the email address. So for this, again, I'll map my data. And here, let me write email. So, customer email. And if I need any other thing, like if you need any other details, you can always add in the message and share it with your team. So this is totally customizable. Now I'll write a final line, all the best for the day. Happy hunting. This is typically a sales language, happy hunting. So this is my message. Now if you need to add some images or alt text, anything, you can always add here. I'm going to go down and click on save and send test request. Now as I do this, see the API response has been received, the message is there, and now I am going to save this. Now as I go back to Slack here, on the channel, you can see that there is a message. You can see it here. So, hello team, we have received the following leads of abundant payments from Shopify. Details are dummy demo, the contact number is there, the email address is there. All the best for the day, happy hunting. Now this means that a proper integration has been set up between the two applications, Shopify and Slack. This is just a two-step process. I hope you do not have any doubts. But if in case you have a doubt, let's again quickly go back to Shopify, and here I am already here at the store. I'll click on view your store and I'm going to make another payment. Let's say that we wish to buy this camera for only 300 rupees. Click on buy it now and let's fill in the details. So demo@pabblytools.com. Click on continue to shipping, continue to payment. Let's fill in the card details. And here are my card details. So, but yes, for some reason I changed my mind, and instead of completing the payment, I have closed the window. So now let's go back to Slack and check if the message has been received. Now here you can see that we have received the response on Slack. Now this means that the integration between Shopify and Slack is absolutely successful via Pabbly Connect. So every time there is a new abandoned cart checkout, so a message is going to be sent on Slack to the team and then they can take it ahead. I hope you have got no doubts. In case you have any doubt, then remember that the workflow for the same is there in the description box. So you can go through that and you can always comment in the comment section if you have got any other doubt.